जय राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी
जय राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी
जय राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजना यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजना यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजना यमुना तीरवनचारी जय कुंज बिहारी ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय
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 So today we are reading from Bhagavad Gita chapter 9 verse 12. Moghasha mogha karmano
मोघाशा मोघकर्माणो
mogha jnana vichetasaha
मोघज्ञानाविचेतसः
rakshasim asurim chaiva
राक्षसीमासुरीं चैव
prakrutim mohinim shritaha
प्रकृतिमोहिनीं श्रितः
moghasha mogha karmano
मोघाशा मोघकर्माणो
mogha jnana vichetasaha
मोघज्ञानाविचेतसः
rakshasim asurim chaiva
राक्षसीमासुरीं चैव
prakrutim mohinim shritaha
प्रकृतिमोहिनीं श्रितः
moghasha mogha karmano
मोघाशा मोघकर्माणो
mogha jnana vichetasaha
मोघज्ञानाविचेतसः
rakshasim asurim chaiva
राक्षसीमासुरीं चैव
prakrutim mohinim shritaha
प्रकृतिमोहिनीं श्रितः मोघाशा मोघकर्माणो मोघज्ञानाविचेतसः राक्षसीमासुरीं चैव प्रकृतिमोहिनीं श्रितः
मोघाशमोघकर्माणो
मोघाशा मोघकर्माणो
मोघज्ञानाविचेतसः
मोघज्ञानाविचेतसः
राक्षसीम् असुरीं चैव
राक्षसीमासुरीं चैव
प्रकृतिमोहिनीं श्रितः
प्रकृतिमोहिनीं श्रितः
Mataji.
मोघाशा मोघकर्माणो मोघज्ञानाविचेतसः राक्षसीमासुरीं चैव प्रकृतिमोहिनीं श्रितः
Mataji.
मोघाशा मोघकर्माणो मोघज्ञानाविचेतसः राक्षसीमासुरीं चैव प्रकृतिमोहिनीं श्रितः मोघाशा मोघकर्माणो मोघज्ञानाविचेतसः राक्षसीमासुरीं चैव प्रकृतिं मोहिनीं श्रितः
Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki. Translation: Those who are thus bewildered are attracted by demoniac and atheistic views. In that deluded condition, their hopes for liberation, their fruitive activities, and their culture of knowledge are all defeated. Purport: There are many devotees who assume themselves to be in Krishna consciousness and devotional service, but at heart do not accept the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, as the absolute truth. For them, the fruit of devotional service, going back to Godhead, will never be tested. Similarly, those who are engaged in fruitful pious activities and who are ultimately hoping to be liberated from this material entanglement will never be successful either, because they derive the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. In other words, persons who mock Krishna are to be understood to be demoniac or atheistic. As described in the 7th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, such demonic miscreants never surrender to Krishna. Therefore, their mental speculations to arrive at the absolute truth bring them to the false conclusion that the ordinary living entity and Krishna are one and the same. With such a false conviction, they think that the body of any human being is now simply covered by material nature, and that as soon as one is liberated from this material body, there is no difference between God and himself. This attempt to become one with Krishna will be baffled because of delusion. Such atheistic and demoniac cultivation of spiritual knowledge is always futile. That is the indication of this verse. For such persons, cultivation of the knowledge in the Vedic literature, like the Vedanta Sutra and the Upanishads, is always baffled. It is great offense, therefore, to consider Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, to be an ordinary man. Those who do so are certainly deluded because they cannot understand the eternal form of Krishna. The Brihad Vishnu Smriti clearly states, Yo veti bhautikam deham krishnasya paramatmanah sa sarvasmat bahiskarya shrauta smarta vidantah mukham tasya lokyapi sa chelam snanam acharit. One who considers the body of Krishna to be material should be driven out from all rituals and activities of the Shruti and the Smriti. And if one by chance sees his face, one should at once take bath in the Ganges to rid himself of the infection. People jeer at Krishna because they are envious of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Their destiny is certainly to take birth after birth in the species of atheistic and demoniac life. Perpetually, their real knowledge will remain under delusion, and gradually they will regress to the darkest region of creation. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Shri Radha Shyam Sundar ki, Shri Nimai Karuna ki. Let us start with prayers. Om Ajnanti Mirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurumilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavanshcha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadavaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamsha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namine Gauratishe Namaha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tatta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpa Tarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare.
So before starting the class, there is just one disclaimer. So today's verse is moreover on the people who don't do bhakti or Krishna consciousness. So whatever I'll be speaking, so it's not for you, but it's in general. Where Arjuna is inquiring to Krishna, what will happen to the people who are not able to perform or accept Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So let us recap first, like what we have studied in previous verse. So last week we were discussing about chapter like shloka 11 from chapter 9, which is avajananti mamudha manushim tanushim ashritam param bhavam ajananto mama bhuta maheshwaram. So this is very important shloka where Krishna is saying who are the mudha, who are the people, those are not able to perform the Krishna consciousness. So he says mudha means the fool, and then mam means me. So Krishna is saying these fool people to me. So what is Krishna? Krishna is Bhuta Maheshwaram. He is Supreme Personality of Godhead, and he is Param Bhavam. So Krishna is full of eternal qualities and Param Bhavam. Now how we will understand like what are the qualities of Krishna? So we can say like Krishna is full of opulences. Krishna is independent. Krishna is controller, he is not controlled. Yes, Krishna is controlled, but by love of his devotees. We can see example of Yashoda Mata in the Amada Lila, where Krishna gets bound by love of Yashoda Mata. But he is controller. So it's not like he is controlled, but he is controller. Then Krishna can take any forms. So there is no restriction like where he can take birth or where he can do his lila. There is no restriction for Krishna. And then ajananto. So these mudha people, they are not able to understand Bhuta Maheshwaram, that is Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead. And then what will happen? Manushim tanum ashritam. So what they will do? They will not understand Krishna or they will not respect Krishna. And they will think, oh, this Krishna is just a normal human being. So recently I was having discussion with one of my friends and he was saying ki, when I went to Dwarka, there is one place where Krishna, like leaving his body, that place is there. Then how Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead? Because Krishna to mar gaye the. So how is Supreme Personality? So such type of misconceptions are there, and that is avajananti. That is, they are not able to understand Krishna, and they derive Krishna. Instead of Krishna deriving them, they are deriving Krishna, that they are not able to understand who is Supreme Personality of Godhead. So here we can understand that there are two very important words, Bhuta Maheshwaram and Parambhavam. So we need to always understand this, like we need to accept Krishna as it is, but these Mudha people will never able to understand who is Krishna. So before going to verse, we need to understand what is Mudha and Amudha. Because if you don't understand the difference between Mudha and Amudha, it's very difficult to understand what Krishna is trying to say. So Mudha is the person like who always thinks of himself. He thinks, oh, I'm so great, I'm controller, I'm surviving my family. I can do this for my family, I can go anywhere, and I can cook for my family, but actually nothing can be done without Krishna. So this Mudha, you can see in first picture that he's cutting the tree, he's in so much illusion, or he's so much of ego that, okay, I can do this thing, but end of the day he fails, he's unsuccessful. And then on the other side you can see Amudha. Amudha is also referred as Amhoga. So we can see example of Hanumanji. So it is said like every arrow of Ramji was perfectly shot on the target. There was no single failure of Ramji. So similarly it is compared to Hanumanji, that every seva of Hanumanji was so much perfect. Being it going to Lanka, being it sending some message to Sita Mata, being it going and taking the medicine for Lakshmanji. So every seva was so particular, and that's the reason he is Amhoga, he is successful. We can see example of Vibhishan. So Vibhishan, though he was brother of Ravana, but he was always in a mood of serving Lord Ram. And what happens at the end, we know, like after Ravan was defeated, Sri Ram itself coronates Vibhishan as the king of the Lanka. So these are the Amhoga people. And then in Bhagavad Gita 15.19 it says, Yomameva sambhodo janati purushottama sa sarva vidvajati ma sarva bhavena bharata. So here Krishna is saying like bhajati. So these Amuda people, they are always like reciting my name. And what they recite? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Whereas these Mudha people, they always recite their own shloka, not shloka, their own thing. They think, oh yes, आज मैंने ये कर दिया, today I won this match. So all credit they are taking to their self. But whereas devotees, they give credit all to Guru and Krishna. So this is Mudha and Amuda. Now, it is being stated in Shastras that Krishna, he is Satchidananda. So we can see there are different shlokas. This is most famous, Ishwar Param Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha Anadir Adir Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam. So he is source of everything. He is reason of everything, he is cause of everything. Whatever is happening is due to him. But it's a river for Mudha. Mudha says, okay, whatever is happening, it's due to me. So, I was hearing one lecture and that one particular writer was there. He started writing book on autobiography of Krishna. And then he assumed himself Krishna and then he said, oh, I am Krishna. I entered to the womb of Devaki. Then I was born. Then I went to Golok Vrindavan. Then I performed Leela with Radharani. So he himself became Krishna. So this is a tendency of Mudha Vyakti. And that is the reason that here you can see Arjuna is inquiring to Krishna. That, Lord, please explain me what will happen. Actually, in whole Kurukshetra war or whole in Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna is confused only. He is having so much thing, but he is confused. Externally, he is confused, but internally, Krishna was aware that this people in Kali Yuga will not be able to understand me. So this is Krishna who is making Arjuna ask this question. We can see example of Parikshit Maharaj. So Parikshit Maharaj was aware like he is having only 7 days. He might have chose so many things. He might have went in party and so many things. But what he chose, no, I want to hear from my Guru, Shukdev Goswami. And due to this, we got what? Bhagavatam. So like 7 days of hearing inquiry of Parikshit Maharaj to Shukdev Goswami. That inquiry was not for anyone. That inquiry is for all of us. Similarly, we can see example of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So when Mayavad philosophy was spreading anyhow, so Advaita Acharya was crying daily on the bank of Ganges, bathing Shaligram Shila with Tulsi and Ganga water. And he was crying for Lord, Lord, you need to come. Otherwise, very difficult. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes. And similarly, our Prabhupada, he comes. Because it is stated in the Shastra that one Senapati Bhakta will come who will spread the message of this Krishna consciousness in every corner of the villages and town in the whole world. And we can see what Prabhupada has done. Today we have more than 800 temples around the globe. So today we are sitting, it's not by chance. It is mercy of our Acharya. So similarly here Arjuna is inquiring to Krishna. Krishna, please explain like what will happen. Because till 9.12 Krishna is explaining to Arjuna what will happen to those who are not able to render the devotional service. And then from 9.13 he changes the topic. He says, okay, now what will happen to Bhaktas? What they will get. So we'll come to our shloka. Shloka is Moghasha Mogha Karmano Mogha Gyana Vichetasaha Rakshasim Asurim Chaiva Prakrutim Mohinim Shritaha. So translation is, those who are thus bewildered are attracted by demonic and atheistic views. In that deluded condition, their hopes for liberation, their fruitive activities and their culture of knowledge are all defeated. So in Chaitanya Charitamrita, there is very wonderful shloka which comes, it says, Ei savas sadhanera ati tuchha bala Krishna bhakti vinataha dite nare phala. So it means, like, how much we do bhakti, how much japa we do, but if you are not able to render the devotional service to Krishna, then this bhakti of useless. So Prabhupada in purport writes, whether we chant every day, whether we do everything, but if we don't have faith, if we are not rendering or if we are not doing seva, if we are not listening to our seniors, authority and guru, if you are not able to follow, then that bhakti is zero, that is useless. And then let's go one by one what Krishna is trying to say here. So it says Vicheta Saha. So here Vicheta Saha means bewildered. So the people who are bewildered, those who are not able to understand the supremacy of Krishna consciousness, or those who are able to accept that Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead, they are Vichetasaha. And then you will find three words: Mogha Asha, Mogha Karmano, Mogha Jnana. So Mogha, Mogha, Mogha. It is opposite to word Hare Nam, Hare Nam, Hare Nam eva kevalam, Kalau Nasteva, Nasteva, Nasteva Gatiranyata. So there Chaitanya Charitamrita, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying like, without holy name, without holy name, without holy name, there is nothing is possible. And here Krishna is saying Mogha, Mogha, Mogha. Hope, hope, hope. And then they become hopeless. So this is how these Mudha people are. So first is Mogha Asha. So Mogha Asha, the people who are not having any belief on Krishna, all their hopes will become hopeless. They will not be able to achieve anything. Next is Mogha Karmano. Whatever activities they will be doing, those activities will be unsuccessful. For example, they are trying to pursue some study, but they don't trust Krishna, or they take the fruitive actions to themselves, then they will not be able to have the fruitive activities, or they will not be able to successful in their career. Mogha Jnana. So whatever Jnana, whatever knowledge they are getting, even they will be baffled in that. So in previous verse we have seen Avajananti. People are not able to understand the supremacy of the Lord, and due to this there is Mogha Asha, Mogha Karmana, Mogha Jnana. And due to this, Krishna is saying what will happen to them, what they will get. Rakshasim Asurim Chaiva Prakritim Mohinim Shrita. So finally, if some person is not able to get anything, not able to do bhakti, not able to render service to Krishna, then he will become either Rakshas, he will become Asur, or he will become Mohini nature. So let's discuss one by one what Krishna is trying to say. So Vichita Saha. So actually we can see Vichita Saha means there are Viparita Buddhi, we say. So there are two types of consciousness or Chetana. One is spiritual consciousness and one is material consciousness. So this Vichita Saha word is moreover used for material consciousness. So these materialistic people, they don't care whether they are impacting or damaging anyone. So we have so many asuras. Hiranyakashipu is one of the greatest example. He was impacting Prahlad Maharaj, but he was not having any care because he was having that ego. Oh, I am more greater than Vishnu. He was not able to accept. So he doesn't care like whether I am going to impact. His own son is there. Prahlad Maharaj's son is there, but still he is impacting his son. They don't know what is eternal and non-eternal. So when we start Krishna consciousness, many people says, "Arey, abhi kyun bhakti karna hai? Abhi kyun jap karna hai? It's very far. Jab marenge tab sochenge." But are we aware when we will die? There was recently earthquake in Turkey. People were sitting at home and sudden earthquake, they went away. They were not able. We are not sure whether we'll be able to take name of Krishna or not. But these people are not they don't care whether we are eternal or not eternal. Why? Because they are not aware who they are. So our whole process of Krishna consciousness or ISKCON, the basics flows around who am I. But these people are not aware. They always think themselves with body. They always correlate themselves with a body. But actually we are not body, we are soul. We have learned this. They don't know what are their roles and responsibilities. They always try to do what they want. And they are always thinking of how we can get freedom from here and then how we can go back to Godhead. So there is very wonderful story in Chaitanya Charitamrita of Ramdas. So this Ramdas, he was 24/7 he was taking name of Sri Ram. And once he met Raghunath Bhatt Goswami. So Raghunath Bhatt Goswami was going to Jagannath Puri to meet Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And then this Ramdas says, "Okay, I will also accompany you." So Raghunath Bhatt Goswami says, "Okay, please come." So when he goes to Jagannath Puri, and immediately Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, after seeing Raghunath Bhatt Goswami, he embraces him. And then he is very happy. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is not even seeing this Ramdas. So Raghunath Bhatt Goswami was like, "What happened, Mahaprabhu? You are not seeing also." Then Mahaprabhu tells, like, okay, even though this Ramdas is chanting 24/7 name of Lord Ram, but what he is thinking in his mind? He is thinking like, okay, now I have got this material body. In this particular life, I have not got any higher body or test. But when I will die, after die, I will become Lord Ram himself. So this was his tendency to chant name of Lord Ram. And that was the reason Chaitanya Mahaprabhu never embraced Ramdas. So these people, they are always thinking, okay, we can become, we can go. So Maya philosophy, that where they think we can become one with the Lord. And then there is Moghasha, Mogha Karmana, and Mogha Jnana. So we'll go one by one. Moghasha, these type of people, they don't believe on Supreme Lord. So what they need is to enjoy a material life. They think that we will get heaven as they can do anything. So all these foolish mentalists will get baffled. So they always, like for example, when in India, mostly this is a very common example, when we get salary on last day of the month, in 5 days our 70% of salary is gone. We have loan, we have so many credit card billing, so many things is there. So this is not ours, this is gone. Lakshmi is Chanchala, so Sahasra Lakshmi are serving Krishna and we are behind that one Lakshmi. So in Diwali mostly we just pray Lakshmi, but we forget Narayana. So Lakshmi will never come to us. Because Lakshmi is serving Narayana and then we are only serving Lakshmi, so that is not possible. But this type of mentality of people, they see, oh, ठीक है लक्ष्मी का पूजा करेंगे, we will get something, and then once they get Lakshmi, कौन है लक्ष्मी, ऐसा करते हैं. So we have seen people like when they are in trouble, only then they approach Krishna. Only then they think, हाँ चल ठीक है Krishna कुछ तो है, but else of the time they will take credit to themselves. So what this type of people, they will not get anything. End of the day, they will just be baffled. Next. Next is Mogha Karmano. Those who turn their faces from Lord and whatever they do, maybe how much scholar they are, how much they need, or how much they show they are humble, how much they show integrity and hard work, all those will be lost in times and they will not be able to enjoy. So Mogha Karmano means whatever activities they are doing. So many of the people say like we are doing Karma Yoga, we are doing this yoga, but we are not able to get anything. So people are not aware what is different between yoga and chanting. So what yoga does is like you have some problem in your body. So it will suppress that. It will not remove that. But meditation will remove that thing. So yoga will temporarily suppress that. Once you are again involved in material things, those things will again pop up. But meditation, while doing continuous process of Krishna consciousness, all these bad qualities will go away. But this type of people, Mogha Karmano, this type of people, they never comes to Krishna consciousness. They are always, okay, hum gym jayenge, yoga karenge, we'll do so many things. Doing gym and yoga is not bad, but that is not our ulterior motive. Our motive is like to keep Krishna in the center, but they will keep themselves in the center of their family. So their all things will be baffled. So for example, a runner is there, Olympic runner is there, he got like, in every Olympic he is first. But then when he passes away, and if he get human birth next time, so he will not be a runner from birth like बच्चा हो गया हाँ चलो भागने लगा. No, that is not possible. He need to again learn. But this is difference in Krishna consciousness. So अगर हमने, if we have done 30% of bhakti, and by some reason we need to take birth again, that should not happen. But if that happens, so in next birth, if we get human life, that bhakti will start from 31, not from 0. So this is difference between bhakti and then this normal people. And there are very famous example of Bharat Maharaj. So how Bharat Maharaj, then he become Hiran, and from Hiran he was having the smriti of Krishna, and then he becomes Jad Bharat, and from Jad Bharat he goes back to Supreme Personality of Godhead. So Krishna actually helps those who ask for help. So it says like, Krishna says, if you want to forget me, I will give the intelligence to forget. And if you want to remember me, I will give that intelligence. So when we chant, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. But sometimes we are in so much rush, we say Hare Krishna, Ram Ram, Krishna Ram Ram, Hare Hare. We chant like this. Some I have seen like once like there is one of the Srila Prabhupada disciple is there. He's taking few of the conferences for chanting specially, and he was telling us like there are few people like they are chanting only 56 or 60 times in whole 108 times, and they're just moving because they want to complete the chanting. So our chanting should not be to complete the chanting, our chanting should be to complete what Guru has said, what Krishna wants, and ultimately to get Krishna. But what we do in devotional service, we take it a bit cheaply. It's not like you devotees, so that's the reason I said in start like this particular lecture is not for you, but it's in general, it's for me. Like we take Krishna consciousness a bit cheaply. Prabhupada, day and night he was struggling so much. why he was struggling? It was just external struggle. Internal, he was very happy. But why he was doing so much? Because for us. Because his Guru Maharaj has given him order. At age of 70, today when I was coming from India, I was thinking so much, oh, I will get devotees or not, I will get temple or not. But Prabhupada at age of 70, with so much little money, like we can say no money only, he came to US, in this particular country only where we are sitting, and then he preached to hippies. It's so difficult for us to even go outside and ask someone to chant, but Prabhupada has converted because he was having that faith in Krishna, in Guru. And such type of people, the opposite, they are always thinking how we can enjoy the senses, how we can spend time with family. And then next comes Mogha Jnana. So Mogha Jnana means they are very skillful, they are very knowledgeable. But what happens? Even if they are not able to accept Krishna, then they will not get the ultimate motive, that is going back to Godhead. So there is very wonderful story in Srimad Bhagavatam which comes in Canto 10 of Yajnik Brahmana. So what happens when Krishna and Balram with cowherd boys, they are going like just for, like Krishna and Balram always in Vrindavan, they are going here and there. So they were going, and then Krishna and Balram said, we are very hungry. So as soon as Gopals hear that Krishna and Balram are hungry, they just go to see, okay, where we can get some food. And then they hear the hymns or the shlokas some Brahmanas are reciting. So from here we can understand how much devoted the Brajvasis are. That immediately just Krishna said we are hungry and they started moving. But what happens to other people? Like if they are not connected to Krishna consciousness, even though they are not caring of who is there next to them. Today we have seen in Karuna time, people are staying in a family, and then mother wants to call a child for a dinner or a lunch, she will WhatsApp her children like, okay, please come for a dinner. So this is what the Kali Yuga level is. But here, as soon as Gopals got to know that, okay, Krishna and Balram are very much hungry, so they go to Yajnik Brahmana. So this Brahmana are doing yajna. And they are doing yajna for whom? Lord Vishnu. But they are not able to understand who is Krishna. So these Gopals ask Yajnik Brahmana that, oh Brahmana, they provide their homage and respect and dandavat, and they say, can you please help to give some food? Our Krishna and Balram are hungry. So as soon as when they hear that Krishna and Balram are hungry, so they say, okay, give for some minute, we are not still completed with our So this Brahmana says, okay, we are not completed with the thing, so give us some time. And then these Gopals come, they say, Krishna and Balram, like, sorry, we are not able to take you any food, we will see somewhere else. So then Krishna says, okay, do one thing, just nearby there is house of this Brahmana where their wives are staying. So Yajnik Brahmins, they are staying. So these all Gopals, they go there. And they just tell this all wife of Brahmins, they say, Krishna and Balram are here and they are very hungry. So can you please give something for them? And as soon as these wives hear this, they get so much excited that they immediately start cooking. Like we can see example of Madhavendra Puri, when Gopalji came in his dream. So much Annakut festival was there, so much symptom, prasadam was there, because it was love. And in turn, what Madhavendra Puri gets? He gets a kheer from a Gopinath, and that Gopinath becomes a kheer chor Gopinath. So this is how Lord gets controlled by love of his devotees. But these Mudha people, they will not be able to understand the love of Krishna. But coming to the point of this story, so these wives of Brahmana, they come and then they give food or prasad to Krishna and Balram. They serve very samtam food. And then Krishna and Balram get very satisfied, they get very happy, and then everything goes. Krishna and Balram goes back to their home. These Brahman wives, they go back to home. And then these Brahmanas come. And then their wife, they tells Krishna, their husband, Brahmanas, that okay, today we cooked for Krishna and Balram. And then as soon as when they hear this, that oh, you cooked for Krishna and Balram, you took darshan of Supreme Personality of Godhead, and immediately they said very wonderful shloka. They said, Dik Janma Nasti Vrat Yattat Dik Vritam Dik Bahu Gyanatam Dik Kulam Dik Kriya Daksham Vimukhya Yetva Adhokshaje. And in translation, Prabhupada writes, the Brahmana said, to hell with our threefold birth, our vow of celibacy and our extensive learning, to hell with our aristocratic background and our expertise, in the rituals of sacrifice. These are all condemned because we were inimical to the transcendental personality of Godhead. So this is only one shloka in whole Bhagavatam where this dik means in Hindi dhikkar, that we are hopeless, we are useless. This word is used so many times. So what they are saying, dik janma. So our birth is useless. Then they say dik vritam. Whatever fast we have done so far, whatever austerities we have done so far, these are all useless. Bahu gyantam, they say whatever knowledge we have done so much of yajnas, but this is also of useless. Then they say dhuk kulam. Kulam is whatever, like in whichever birth we have taken, even that is of no use. And then they say, why they say vimukha ye to adhokshaje. So they say ki Krishna came in front of us, Krishna and Balram were there, but still we were not able to understand, we were not able to serve. So this is like Maharaj says in one of the lecture that if we are able to understand, okay, we have made some mistake, and if we are trying to overcome that mistake, then Krishna forgives. So we have example of Jagai Madai also, that they took forgiveness from Nityananda Prabhu and then Mahaprabhu forgave them. But this type of people, mudha people, foolish people, they are still not able to understand. So when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked Nityananda Prabhu and Haridas Thakur that I am a sannyasi now, I cannot go to someone's house, but you both go. So Haridas Thakur was chanting how many rounds? 192 rounds daily. And after that, both Nityananda Prabhu and Haridas Thakur were going in everyone's home. And then they were knocking the door. And then after knocking the door, like people were not able to see anyone. Where were Nityananda Prabhu and Haridas Thakur? They were providing Dandavat. So imagine Balramji, Nityananda Prabhu is who? He is Balramji. He is providing Dandavat to these people, new people. And what they are begging for? That our Lord Supreme Gaur Sundar has sent us for you to chant the name of Krishna. And then they were not able to, few people rejected. So similarly it happens when we go for book distribution, or when we go for preaching, it happens that we approach them and they will say, no, not possible, we are not able to chant. So last year when Janmashtami were there, so we were being given seva, that okay, whosoever new people will come to the temple, ask them to chant, and then we were giving them bits to chant. So they were saying, nahi, time nahi hai, ghar pe kaam hai. So many excuses they were giving. So these mudha people, even though they are getting Krishna, but they will not take Krishna because they are so much indulged in their sense gratification. So similarly, we can see example of Ravana. So Ravana was having everything. He was full of knowledge. He was able to please Brahma, Shivji, so many things. But what he failed to, he want to enjoy. What he want to enjoy? Mother Sita. And he failed in that. And due to that ego of that me and mine, what happened? At end of the day, Ravana got defeated. So this is Mogha, Jnana, Mogha Karmana and Mogha Asha. And now Krishna says next, which is very important. He says, for such type of people, their hopes are also vanished, their knowledge is vanished, and their all activities are vanished. Now what will happen to them? Rakshasim Asurim Chaivam Prakritim Mohinim Shritam. Prakriti Shrita. So Prakriti Shrita means what type of nature or what type of consciousness they will get. So they maintain, it is mentioned that Asurim, Rakshasim and Mohini. So Asurim. So Asurim is nothing but atheistic. So this type of people, they don't care whether they are impacting or damaging anyone. So they are just enjoying their life. So they say they don't care. Jagai Madai. So Jagai Madai, they were just drinking and they are just looting the people. So they don't care. So these are Asurim, atheistic. Second is Rakshasim. So these type of people are demonic. So these are a bit danger than Asurim, because Rakshasim people, they are, like if suppose they want something and they don't get anything, then they try to kill people. So that becomes a demoniac nature. And then last is most dangerous, Mohini. That is most dangerous. Why most dangerous? Because they are not having any envy to anyone. They are not lusty in externally. Internally they are lusty, but still they damage. So for example, we 4 years back there was a very big accident in India, and then that bus driver he killed almost 40 people, and later on he was being said by the court that he is mental, but he was not mental. He was just out of fun. He killed so many people. So these are nothing but Mohini. So Krishna says Asurim, Rakshasim and Mohini. These three type of nature, this particular person will get if they are not able to follow or render service to Krishna. So Asurim, it is due to lust. Rakshasim, it is due to anger. And Mohini, that is due to attachment. So if we have some attachment towards someone, so okay, we will do anything for them. So this is 3 types of nature they will get. And then Prabhupada further writes from Brahad Vishnu Smriti, Yo veti bhautikam deham krishnasya paramatmanah sa sarvasmat bahishkarya shauto smrita vidantah mukham tasya lokyapi sa chelam snanam acharet. So this is very important. So here what Prabhupada is trying to say, bhautikam deham. So material body. Whose material body? Krishnasya paramatmanah. So yo veti. So those people who think that Krishna, who is Supreme Personality of Godhead, but he has taken a birth and he is not like Supreme Personality, he is bhautikam deham, that means he is a material person. Sa sarvasmat bahishkarya. So Prabhupada here says, for such type of people, we need to boycott these people. Boycott from Shruti, Smriti and Vedanta. So we should not be seeing them, we should not be listening to them. And if at all we see Mukham Tasya Lokyapi, that means if at all by any chance we see such type of people who think that Krishna is not the Supreme Personality of Godhead, then it is said, Sa Chelam Snanam Acharit. So it is said in purport that if we see such type of people who believe that Krishna is not the Supreme Personality of Godhead, then in that particular dress itself we should go to Ganges and bath ourselves, because we will get infected by them. So now there might be a concern like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came and then he was delivering everyone, Jagai Madai also, and now how here Prabhupada is trying to say that okay, if we see such type of people we need to boycott them. And if Prabhupada was supposed to boycott, then ISKCON होता ही नहीं था, क्योंकि यहाँ पे जब when Prabhupada came, all hippies were like this. But we need to understand the intention behind this shloka. So intention is like, we have seen the word quarantine very famous in Corona time. So why we are quarantined? Because that infection should not spread. So suppose some person is having TB or he is having Corona, so we are not going to near to them. So that means that person is not the problem. The disease in the person is a problem for us. So we should preach them, but we should not take what they are accepting or what they are saying. So for example, Mayavadis, they always say, okay, we and Krishna all are same, we are not different. So Srila Prabhupada once in 1968, he was in, I think so, US only. And then one Mayavad sannyasi came and Srila Prabhupada was sick that time, he was sleeping. So Srila Prabhupada disciple came and they said, Srila Prabhupada, that one of the sannyasi came. So Srila Prabhupada was very polite. Srila Prabhupada went outside to greet them, welcome them, and that sannyasi told, no Srila Prabhupada, you please take rest. So Srila Prabhupada was very polite and they had some conversation and so everything was fine. So we can associate with them, but we don't accept their philosophy. So snanam, sachelam, snanam, acharet means we should not accept what they are saying. We should always bath in the holy name. That is Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So we should not get confused, okay, what Prabhupada wants to tell here, that we should take a bath in the river and if we are seeing these people. No, we need to go. This whole Krishna consciousness movement is for preaching, and this preaching started from whom? Radharani himself. So once Radharani was doing a swing festival with Krishna, and then when she was swinging, she got a lot of happiness when she was swinging. So she called all other gopis, come, you also swing with Krishna. So people take this in different way, but Radharani wants like other gopis to also taste Krishna. What taste Krishna means like taste Krishna consciousness. So this whole bhakti movement has started from Radharani himself. So that's the reason we always pray to Radharani that Tatta Kanchana Gaurangi Shri Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priya. She is most dear to Hari. Even Krishna is not able to understand Radharani. And then these Mudha people, they tell, okay, Krishna तो बहुत अच्छे थे जब तक छोटे थे, पर जैसे राधा रानी के गर्लफ्रेंड बना दिया, he became very bad. So this type of mentality they will have. So in Janmashtami, a lot of people come in India, and then what they will do, they will stand in front of Radha Krishna deities. They will say, oh, you are my Radha and you are my Krishna. So they will imitate Radha and Krishna, but they will not be able to understand the philosophy of this Krishna consciousness. But our acharyas are so much like they want to give us so much. Bhakti Vinod Thakur, when Rabindranath Tagore was there, so Rabindranath Tagore written one particular book on philosophy. So he was not sure whether all the concepts are clear or not. So he sent that first copy to Bhakti Vinod Thakur in Mayapur, Bengal. So Bhakti Vinod Thakur is Srila Prabhupada's guru's father. Bhakti Siddhanta Surya Thakur's father is Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur. So Bhakti Vinod Thakur then read whole whatever Rabindranath Tagore has written, and then he has updated and sent. He told Rabindranath Tagore that whatever you have written, that is not correct. It should be corrected. So similarly, Bhakti Charuswami Maharaj, once he was going with his disciples, and then while on the way, they saw his disciples saw one beautiful garden, and the disciples started plucking the flower. So Maharaj said, "You should not do that." But then the disciple responded, "No, Maharaj, I am doing this for Krishna." So Maharaj asked a very beautiful question. Maharaj said, "How much you are guaranteed that Krishna will accept this flower?" So he was confused that, "Maharaj, no, but I am doing for Krishna." So Maharaj says, "But if the other person, if he sees that you are stealing the flower, then they will say, 'Oh, this Hare Krishna, dekho yaar, to chori kar rahe hain.' So that will make a negative impression, and these Mudha people, they will catch this. They will always be behind us. That okay, kaha pe fault nikale inka." But Prabhupada's movement is so good that there is no fault, because this is coming from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And then Maharaj continues. Maharaj says that being a devotee is not like we can steal anything, we can lie anything, we can do whatever we want. No, being a devotee, we should be very much spotless. Our character should be so strong that we should not get this nature of Rakshasin, Asurim or Mohini. So that's the reason when you see the purport, so purport, the first line Prabhupada says, the devotee. It is not like for non-devotee. Prabhupada writes, even for a devotee this problem is there. Even a devotee can get this type of body. If he is doing chanting, if he is doing everything, but he is not able to render the service to Krishna, then even a devotee will fall down. And then Prabhupada says in many of the lectures that Maya is so strong that she is always behind us. She is just finding a chance for us to fall down. Actually, Maya is taking test so that we should go back to Krishna. But Krishna has given them service. So this Durga Devi or Parvati, when that service was given, so she was like, "Krishna, how I can do this service? And how I can take people far from you?" So Krishna says, "No, you are given the most wonderful service. You need to test them and bring them back to me." And at the same time, we have Subhadra Mata, who is Yoga Maya, who is taking us to Krishna. So Maharaj very strongly said, no, as a devotee, we should be very much firm in our sadhana. Mangal Aarti should be compulsory, chanting should be compulsory. So these Mudha people will not be able to understand each of these, and they will get these three type of nature. But even if a devotee who is not able to follow his guru or acharya, even he will fall down one day. And then Radha Sai Maharaj always says one very famous shloka of Chaitanya Charitamrita, Trinadapi Sena, Trinas Nichena, Tarorapi Sahishnuna, Amanina Manadena, Kirtaniya Sada Hari. So Maharaj repeats in every lecture this particular shloka because this is a root of bhakti. If you want to do bhakti, then we should be very much humble. And in humble position only we will be able to take name of the Krishna. So if you have ego, if you are chanting to show someone, okay, dekho, मैं chanting karo, I am doing 16 rounds, I am doing 20 rounds, I am doing 30 rounds, but it is just to showcase someone, then Krishna will never accept. Actually, what happens when we are chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So in each of these words, 16 words, Krishna is coming to us. But what happens? Our faith is not that strong. So while chanting sometimes Hare Krishna, then we sleep. So Krishna is coming and we stop, Krishna also stops. And so we need to improve ourselves. So that's why Prabhupada is saying even a devotee can fall down. Even a devotee fall down is possible. So this is very important to understand, and there are very different examples in scriptures where Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur is also quoting the importance of Harinam. And then in Chaitanya Charitamrita there are two different important verses in Madhya Lila chapter 22 verse 26, which says, Chari varna ashrami yadi Krishna nahi bhaje Swakarma karite se raurave padi maje. And Prabhupada writes, the followers of the Varnashram institution accept the regulatory principles of the four social orders, Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya and Shudra. And four spiritual orders, Brahmacharya, Grihastha, Vanaprastha and Sannyasa. However, if one carries out the regulatory principles of these orders but does not render transcendental service to Krishna, he falls into a hellish condition of material life. So this is very important where Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is writing in Chaitanya Charitamrita. So what this shloka means, like even though if we follow all four regulatory principles, but if you are not able to render service, if you are not able to follow what Guru says. So once when Srila Prabhupada was about to leave his body and he was supposed to go in Nitya Leela, so many of his disciples asked, Prabhupada, what will happen to us? So Prabhupada said, like, Vani and Vapu are two important things. So if you just follow my orders, whatever I have written, you will always feel me. So recently when I was in Vrindavan last year on Srila Prabhupada disappearance day, so almost 40 of Srila Prabhupada, not 40, 20 of Srila Prabhupada disciples were glorifying Srila Prabhupada. And I have seen like in all 20 disciples, the common thing was today also every day they hear Srila Prabhupada. They still have that faith in Prabhupada, they are still associating with Prabhupada. But these Mudha people, they will not be able to understand the association. They will not be able to understand the importance of association. So in Bhakti, A, B, C, D is very important. Association, book reading, chanting, diet, that is prasad and seva. So most of the people mostly comes through prasad. So they like prasad a lot and they comes to ISKCON. So tongue is most important thing for us because through tongue we speak, through tongue we eat. So whatever eat, so go in and go out. Gigo philosophy is there. Go in and go out. Bad in and bad out. So whatever we will take, whatever we will eat, that will be we are speaking. So we should always follow this ABCD very strictly. And then there is second important verse in Chaitanya Charitamrita chapter 132 where it says Krishna Guru Bhakta Shakti Avatar Prakasha Krishna Ei Chaya Rupe Karena Vilasa. So when we are starting reading this particular verse 9.12 and earlier shloka 9.11, where this Mayavad, they are not able to understand Krishna. They say, oh, Krishna is normal person. But here in Chaitanya Charitamrita it's proved like Lord Krishna enjoys by manifesting himself as the spiritual master, the devotee, the diverse energies, the incarnation and plenary portion. They are all 6 in 1. So Krishna can be Guru, or he has incarnated in the form of a Guru. Krishna in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he has come in the form of a devotee. His energies are there. He's so many incarnations are there. His plenary portions are there rather than his energy. So Krishna can incarnate himself in any form. But this Mudha Vyakti, they think, oh, this Krishna is nothing but a temporary person. He is not Supreme Personality. Many people say, oh, Krishna agar Bhagwan hai, to फिर उनको जन्म क्यों लेना पड़ा? Why he went? बहुत लोग बोलते हैं कृष्णा भाग गए डर से. But no, Krishna never ran. Krishna wants to perform his lila. His own, they think is there. And then Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur continues and then he says, the only problem in this world is the lack of this attraction to Krishna. The all attractive, the only solution to all the problem in this world is to develop our natural or our love and attraction to Krishna. So this is very important. Like all our acharyas, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur, even Srila Prabhupada and all of the Srila Prabhupada disciples, they focus more over on association of the devotees. And how we can do that? Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur continues, he says, Krishna has appeared within his name, especially in the age of Kali Yuga, to reveal himself and awaken our natural love for him. So we can see like we have Satyug is there, we have the Apar Yug, Treta Yug is there, and Kali Yuga is there. So if you see in all 4 yugas, there are different ways to approach Krishna or go back to Godhead, to Krishna. But Kali Yuga is the most easiest one. Because in Treta Yuga you see, in Ramayana we see like every time there is some yagya's going on by some Rishi Muni. And that was the only possible option to go back to Godhead. But in Kali Yuga, Krishna was aware that these fools will not be able to do this all yagyas. They will not be able to do proper worship of the deities. So what they said, like just chant the holy name of the Krishna, and then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came and then via Prabhupada we are getting this. And then it's very simple actually to follow all these principles. But Maya is so strong, or our previous life karmas are there. Due to this previous life karmas, we get attracted to this material world. But then Prabhupada says here, if you want to go out of this cycle of birth and death, then the only possible option for us remains is like we need to be always associating with the devotee and chant the name of the Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And then there is very famous like quote that is, cut the anarthas with scissor of holy name of the Lord. So if you want to get out of this entanglement of repeated cycle of birth and death, because we don't know how many previous lives we are here. Actually, one of the devotees asked Srila Prabhupada, why we are here? If we are part and parcel of Krishna, if we are Anuvai of Krishna, then why Krishna only sent us? So then Prabhupada says, because we were desiring, we were asking Krishna. So it's very common example, like if suppose small child is there, he's having some tooth decay problem, दांत उसके अच्छे नहीं है, so still he will insist for chocolate. So what their parent will say, no, don't eat chocolate because और impact होगा. But then that child will not stop eating, he will cry and then he will throw this and this. So their parent will tell, okay, you eat, but then there will be more danger for you. So similarly Krishna says, okay, you want to enjoy, so you go in this material world, but then you will get more problems also. But Krishna is Bhavadvahi Janardhan, he accepts, he says, okay, for you I will make this material world. For you I will send some acharyas. So Prabhupada never wants to come here in this world. But it is only for us Prabhupada and acharyas are coming. Prabhupada always said, I never wanted to go out of India. Prabhupada might have done so many things in Vrindavan. Why Prabhupada went? Because of us. Because his guru was knowing, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur, he gave him instruction, Prabhupada, no, you go and preach in message. So Prabhupada asked Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur that, Guru Maharaj, who will hear me? We are already ruled by British and who can hear me? So his guru said, no, you just go. So Prabhupada was having that faith, and so one reporter, he asked like, why you are here? Then Prabhupada says, you have taken everything from us. You Britishers have taken everything from us. So I have come here purposely to give you one thing in free. That is the glory of the holy name, the culture, the religion of ours. And what is that culture? Chanting the holy names of the Lord. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Any corrections?
Any questions? Pass the microphone.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you for the great lecture. I can just, from the recent late talk, in your talk, the very last moment you said why. The same question comes to I think many of us, that why Krishna sent here. So can we say was it just because of the desire, or there was some purpose to be fulfilled so that he came here? Is it just the desire, or was there some meaningful purpose? Prabhupada had some meaningful purpose to come here and to serve, right? Not just the desire. So how can we differentiate, was it the desire or purpose?
Yeah. So very good question, Mataji. So what I understood, whenever we want to enjoy our own, apart from Krishna. So actually we were with Krishna, but when we were associating with Krishna, sometimes it happens we think, okay Krishna, I want to also enjoy alone, not with you. Because in Vaikuntha, everything is serving Krishna. Everything is serving Lord. Even Radharani's gopis or everyone is serving them. But then there might be a situation where we think, okay, that I want to enjoy separately. Why it's just Krishna? Even I want to enjoy with them. So that is one of the reason why Krishna sent us. So in 100 people, 99% of the people, they are just coming here due to their own desires, because they want to celebrate their own. They don't want to rule under someone. So it happens like people say, "मुझे job नहीं करना है because manager is ruling me. I want to do my own business." So he takes a risk, because when we start a business, then it's very difficult to start because it's a risk. Like we are not having job, monthly salary का guarantee नहीं है. So this is what we expected to Krishna. So Krishna, he says, okay, you want to enjoy, I will create a material world. But then Krishna knows, like we are all his children. So Krishna says, okay, you go, but I will send someone, some pure devotee who is literally serving like Krishna, Radha and Krishna. And then Krishna sends this pure soul to deliver us. Does that answer your question, Mother?
Yes, so it is, you are saying like 99% of people are coming because of desires and only 1% are coming to serve meaningful.
It might be, percentage might be wrong, but most of the time it's seen, like I have heard, like most of the people are here because they have their own desires to like enjoying propensity, and then there are full stack of stack of people is there. Then Krishna sends someone from Golok Vrindavan that okay, now you go and help these souls to get back to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Say Hare Krishna. Let's thank Nimai Karuna Prabhu. Lord Hari Bol. So nicely explained. He took us, give us a summary of the